Hey everybody, Punisher88 here, coming at you once again with another Thursday review. And today I'm reviewing The Dark Knight III: The Master Race, issue number 1, and I'm super excited about it. So, to those of you who watch my reviews, you guys know that I like to start with the cover first, so let's check it out. Now, right off the bat, yes, I love this cover. I love it so much, as you can see, I've already put it in a Mylar sleeve. Now, why do I love this cover so much? I love it because it's simple. Now, I've mentioned time and time again how much I love a comic book cover for either having tons of action on it or having a lot of loud and explosive color, but I've also mentioned how much I love a comic book cover for its simplicity. And as we see here, you can't get more simple than black and white. Also, I should mention another reason why the awesome factor goes up so much for this cover is because it's done by Andy Kubert. And Andy Kubert's artwork is frickin' amazing. So, from the cover alone, do I think this book's batting 1,000? Yeah, I do. But that's just the cover. Now it's time to get down to what I like to call the nitty-gritty. But before we do, I just want to take the time to mention to any new viewers out there, or any new subscribers to my channel, that if at any time during this review, or any of my past reviews, you guys notice that I look up and down at the camera quite a bit, or it sounds like I'm reading to you guys, the reason for that is I keep my notes in front of me. Why? Well, there's a couple of reasons. The first one being, with the notes, I find it helps the review flow a lot smoother. Second, with the notes in front of me, let's say I'm reading part of the review and I get stuck. I can backtrack and then keep going. And third, well, basically when it comes to memorizing text, it has never been one of my strong suits. So therefore, the notes are actually a help aid. So if you guys are cool with that, awesome. We'll get through this review and we'll be on our merry way. Alrighty? So what do you say we get started? So, one of the most attention-grabbing new titles of 2015, for both positive and negative reasons, is the third and perhaps final installment of Frank Miller's Dark Knight series, which hit shelves yesterday. And the one question I'm sure we all had to ask was, just which Frank Miller were we going to see? Would it be the finely tuned, razor-sharp Miller of the iconic Dark Knight Returns, or the muddled Miller of the woefully disappointing yet oddly experimental Dark Knight Strikes Back? Well, I'm happy to report that while it doesn't quite hit the lofty heights of the classical original, this is still a thoroughly entertaining opening chapter with an intriguing mystery at its heart and some truly impressive artwork to boot. Now, interestingly, the status of Miller's involvement is actually uncertain. At this point, with him recently distancing himself from, or somewhat from the series, and effectively putting the ball in co-writer Brian Azzarello's court, that said, whether Miller is actively involved or not, his fingerprints, though, are most definitely all over this first issue, with Azzarello and Andy Kubert each channeling the classic Miller style, both in terms of the narrative and the distinctive visual beats. Kubert's artistic style is far more polished than Miller's earlier work, which makes this first issue a somewhat smoother read, while arguably sacrificing some of the grit and emotion. His panel layouts really pay homage to the iconic design of the original Dark Knight titles, but he makes sure to add his own little distinctive visual flair to the proceedings, showing a masterful grasp of detail and anatomy, which is something Miller occasionally lacked. during the issue's many physical altercations. Klaus Janssen's inks also add a much needed familiarity, making this feel like a Dark Knight book, although a more cleaned up and slightly sanitized one. Now, I'm not going to delve too much into the story itself for risk of spoiling the impact, but suffice to say that we managed to check in with the two other members of the DC Trinity along the way, and that the mystery of Batman's disappearance and apparent return really provides the main narrative thrust of this first issue. The pacing is measured with Azzarello displaying a light touch with the exposition and allowing Kubert to really carry the bulk of the storytelling with his claustrophobic, bone-crunching fight scenes. Definitely a wise choice, especially given the 8-issue duration of the series. Overall, then, for a book that managed to have both dizzyingly high and worryingly low expectations, Dark Knight III: The Master Race really explodes out of the gate with a barnstorming first issue that really manages to capture the edge and intriguing of the original while avoiding the heavy-handed political agenda of its sequel. I gotta say, pats on the back for all involved then, and consider me firmly on board for the rest of this series. So overall, if I had to give this first issue a rating, I would give it a 4.5 out of 5. Very, very high marks. And I know it's a I think it's a $5.99 price tag, which is a little steep, but for something that's only 8 issues and whatnot, and it's Frank Miller, I'd recommend it. I'd say go get it. I'm sure more than a few shops have more than a few copies of it. So yeah, if you can go pick it up, do so. Or if you want to wait and once they collect all 8 issues into a trade and pick it up, well, so be it. But I really liked it and really can't wait for issue number 2. Also, another thing I really liked about this first issue was the little tie-in story that you got in the middle of the book, which is a mini comic featuring the Atom, which I thought was really neat. So yeah, really cool. I think it was worth $5.99. Sure. So anyway, before I keep rambling on about nothing, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, give her a thumbs up. If not, give her a thumbs down. If I get a thumbs down, well, it just means I gotta work harder on pleasing you guys. That's right. Also, if you enjoy reviews like this one, take a look around my channel. I got plenty of them. I do new comic reviews every Thursday and Saturday. Thursday being a current comic, and Saturday being one of either a back issue book, a hot topic book, or something that just really catches my eye. Also, if you're into unboxings, well, since I am a member of the Marvel Collector Corps, I do a new unboxing every 2 months, and the next unboxing will be in December. And December's theme is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy, so I really can't wait to see what I get. Also, if you're into backstories on lame comic book characters, well, every Wednesday I choose a character at random and then I give you guys the dirt on them. Basically, who created them, when they made their first appearance, yada yada yada. Also, if you're into comic hauls and whatnot, I got plenty of those too. Also, while looking around my channel, make sure to comment on any video you like, because I love reading viewer comments. And also, like or dislike any video. Yes, I did say dislike, because let's face it, no one's perfect, right? And then, when all is said and done, before leaving, make sure to click that subscribe button. Alrighty? So that's it for now. Next time you'll be seeing me is on Saturday for the weekend comic review. So till then, this is Punisher 88 signing off. See ya!